2024's Lunar New Year experience at Disney California Adventure was absolutely extraordinary. We got 2 different Sip and Savor passes so we can show you the best of all of the food booths. For our first pass, we were able to test out the new tablet system, which was so convenient. I hope they bring this back for all our future festivals, but as soon as they ran out, we unfortunately had to go back to the tab system. For the first time ever, they had this amazing sugar merchant. You could go ahead and test out your luck by paying a lower fee and spinning the wheel to see if you could get the dragon, but we wanted the dragon, so we paid a little extra and just ordered it off the menu. I really hope they bring this back next year because I could stand here for hours just watching her make these. This was such an amazing experience and delicious too, but more on that later. Another first this year was the ability to meet Meilin and Ming from Turning Red. Unfortunately, on this day, we just missed them by a smidge. You could also meet Mushu, Mulan, Goofy in his Lunar New Year outfit, and Mickey and Minnie in theirs. Of course, we had to stop to make a wish, but we also noticed these amazing Chinese calligraphy artists. I was absolutely stunned to see that there was no line. The first day that we came for Lunar New Year, there was such a long line, we just couldn't even see the artists at all. We all chose one of our New Year wishes for the calligraphers to write down. Michael shocked all of us by choosing courage for his. Sebastian is absolutely mesmerized by the fact that it is the year of the dragon, so he had them write dragon for him on his card. Mom and Dad kept eye on the prize this year by selecting blessing and wealth for ours. Speaking of keeping your eye on the prize, on our first Lunar New Year visit, we picked up an extra tasting card so we could sit down together as a family and decide what we wanted to eat from the different food booths. That is also when I decided that it would behoove us to buy a second Sip and Savor pass. When attending any of the festivals at Disney California Adventure, we have learned that it is best to come in with a strategy. That way you can maximize your time and effort while having the least amount of burnout and meltdowns for our kiddos. This is especially important if you have a special needs kiddo like we do. That way they know exactly what to expect and you know where to plan your rest stops. Our first order was going to be from the Paradise Garden Grill. I wanted the pork banh mi sandwich there. We also got a tray from this location, which is amazing, and then moved on to Longevity Noodle Co. as well as the Lucky 8 Lantern. I ordered and paid for all of the food at the Longevity Noodle Co. stop except for the final meal item. We stopped and took our first break to try some of the first foods that we picked up, starting with the shrimp lo mein, which my husband and Michael absolutely loved the first time, so we had to get it again. We also completely fell in love with the quesadilla egg roll, so of course we had to get that again as well. This is definitely one of our collective favorites of the day. We specifically stopped right here, which is across from the Little Mermaid, so that we had the best view for the Lunar New Year procession that was about to roll by. And trust me when I tell you, if this pork banh mi sandwich comes back next year, I'm getting a whole Sip and Savor pass just of these sandwiches. They were to die for. I'm still dreaming about it. It is so delicious. And this was my personal favorite of the day. Nobody else in the family really loved it as much as I did, which is great for me because I got to finish the whole thing. Well, almost the whole thing. Everything that we ordered, we all shared, and trust me when I tell you the portions were good enough to share. But let's go ahead and watch the procession together.
Go ahead. And now, Mulan and friends are honored to share the beautiful Chinese traditions and heritage of this joyous holiday. Please join them in welcoming Mushu as we celebrate the Year of the Dragon. The blooming flower is a comforting symbol for Mulan, as her father taught her that she will blossom beautifully in her own time. The spirited dragon dance is one of Mulan's favorite traditions. She learned from her ancestors that the wise and powerful dragon dances across the sky to scare away bad luck and bring good fortune in the new year. When Mulan was a little girl, her mother taught her that traditionally, the ribbon dance was performed for royalty as an expression of gratitude and honor. Mulan loves the swirly colors of the ribbons. Mulan learned to respect the strength and discipline of the martial arts from her father. This centuries-old art form celebrates a rich heritage of bravery and honor. Fan and umbrella dances are two of Mushu's favorite ancient art forms. They represent beauty, grace, and delicacy. And now, Mulan and friends are honored to share the beautiful Chinese traditions and heritage of this joyous holiday. Please join them in welcoming Mushu as we celebrate the Year of the Dragon. The blooming flower is a comforting symbol for Mulan, as her father taught her that she will blossom beautifully in her own time. The spirited dragon dance is one of Mulan's favorite traditions. She learned from her ancestors that the wise and powerful dragon dances across the sky to scare away bad luck and bring good fortune in the new year. When Mulan was a little girl, her mother taught her that traditionally, the ribbon dance was performed for royalty as an expression of gratitude and honor. Mulan loves the swirly colors of the ribbons. Mulan learned to respect the strength and discipline of the martial arts from her father. This centuries-old art form celebrates a rich heritage of bravery and honor.
There's something about watching any of the parades or processions right at sundown that makes them so much more spectacular. But since we've already paid and ordered all of our food, we can use our receipt to go to all of the other booths, pickup stations, and just pick up our food. At Prosperity Bao and Buns, of course we had to pick up the barbecue pork bun. Getting this tray was seriously the smartest thing that I could do all day. Next was the Red Dragon Spice Traders, where we picked up the spicy fried rice. By ordering all of our food at the first booth that we went to, we cut down half the amount of lines that we had to wait in. Right across the way was Bamboo Blessings, where we were able to pick up the strawberry milk tea macaron, as well as the Mickey-shaped hot dog bun. If you want to try this hack, especially if you're ordering from as many places as we did and as many food items as we did, definitely make sure that you're keeping track of your receipt. Without your receipt, you cannot pick up at any other location. The last booth that we picked up from was Wrapped with Love. We got both of the dumplings, the lemongrass fried chicken dumpling, as well as the pork and veggie dumpling. On our way to Studio Catering Co., we spotted a cute Donald and Daisy moment, as well as the sights and sounds of Buena Vista Street at sunset, which is just unbeatable. There were plenty of treats for the kids, so I decided that Mom and Dad deserved a treat too. So I stopped at Award Wieners on the way. While Dad and the kids found us somewhere to sit, Mom picked up our final meal item with our last tab. These sticky ribs, I swear, need to become a permanent installation somewhere, and they definitely need to come back next year because they were to die for. So now that we've picked up all of our food, it is definitely time to feast. These are the fried lemongrass chicken dumplings. It had this deliciously crispy outside texture, as well as a sweet and spicy plum sauce, which intrigued me, and honestly, this was a very delicious dumpling. But I am a fan of dumplings, so of course we had to get both of the dumplings. This was just the pork and veggie traditional dumpling, and it came with a side of black garlic sauce. I was a little heavy-handed with that sauce. That sauce is potent but delicious. Next up is the spicy fried rice with tofu and crispy peas. We were all very excited to try this item, but sadly it did not meet any of our expectations and was probably our worst option of the day. Next up, we tried the barbecue pork bun with kimchi mayo. I was personally very excited for this item. I did not enjoy it as much. My husband, on the other hand, really loved it. I felt like the spice was a little overwhelming and I would rather go back for the banh mi sandwich, whereas my husband would probably do this one again. We could have had 8 more of these ribs. They were so delicious. The flavor was perfect. This texture was amazing. Honestly, we couldn't get enough of these. Michael really wanted to try the Mickey-shaped hot dog bun, and there are a couple of mixed reviews online. This was delicious, but it is very dry. You definitely are going to need the ketchup and mustard they give you. I adore the raspberry macaron at the Jolly Holiday, so I had very high hopes for this strawberry milk tea macaron, and it completely exceeded all of our expectations. It was magnificent. 10 out of 10. Not Lunar New Year related, but this is what we stopped at Award Wieners for. The peach mojito was absolutely delicious. And I promised you at the beginning of the video that we were going to do a taste test for you of this amazing sugar candy. I was terrified to put it in the bag. I didn't want it to break, but it held up really well, and I should have just put it in the bag from the beginning. Okay, here's the taste test. It is literally pure sugar. There is no way to mess this up. It's like a melted cotton candy. Of course it's going to be delicious. And as I mentioned before, everything is super shareable. This is the only things that were left over after we enjoyed our food. My best tips of the day was A, come in with a plan. B, definitely get yourself a tray if you're going to pick up a lot of items. And C, stop along the way to smell the roses.
Under the glow of the new moon, cultures near and far celebrate the Lunar New Year. Friends and family gather together to welcome a bright new year. It is a time of reflection, feasts, and wishes of good fortune for all. And now, let us follow the little lantern as it begins its journey home.
When the moon is new again, the lunar year will start. It's time to make your journey home, little lantern. Keep following your heart. All your family and friends will welcome you this New Year's Day. So hurry home, little lantern. Don't let the dragon Mushu lead you astray. May a banquet of deliciousness mean good luck will be increased. So make your way home, little lantern. Imagine a most delightful feast. Through the mountains and the fog, the waning moon shines bright and clear. As we reflect upon our past and wish upon the brand new year. Somehow I cannot